99% of people believe that rice gets weevils because the rice is old or spoiled. But the truth is completely different. Today, I will tell you something that very few people truly understand. Hello everyone, I'm Mary. If one day you open your rice container and see many tiny black rice weevils crawling inside, what would you do? Panic and throw everything away? Or try to pick them out one by one? Seeing rice weevils does not mean your rice is old, spoiled, or unsafe. In fact, rice weevil eggs are often already attached to the grains from the harvesting stage or during storage. These eggs are extremely small and almost impossible to see with the naked eye. When they encounter suitable conditions such as the right temperature and humidity, they hatch, and you begin to see weevils appear in your rice. That is why even newly purchased rice can develop weevils. This is a natural phenomenon and happens in many households. The important thing is not to panic, but to know how to handle it properly. As long as you remove the live weevils, clean away their waste, apply methods to repel them and prevent them from returning, the rice is still completely safe to eat. Method 1. Using garlic to repel weevils. Garlic is a familiar ingredient in every kitchen, but few people know that it is also an extremely effective, natural weapon to repel rice weevils. The strong, pungent smell of garlic is something rice weevils simply cannot tolerate. First, take one fresh bulb of garlic. Peel off the dry outer skin, then separate the cloves. Use the side of a knife to gently press each clove. You do not need to crush it completely, just press lightly to release the essential oils and aroma. Then place the lightly pressed garlic cloves directly into the rice container. As soon as the garlic is added, its smell will begin to spread throughout the space inside. After a short time, you will see the weevils start to react. They will crawl up to the surface of the rice trying to escape from the strong pungent smell. Some will climb up the sides of the container, while others will gather on the surface. This method is especially effective when there are many weevils in the rice. The stronger the garlic smell, the faster they react. The biggest advantage is that it uses no chemicals, does not affect the quality of the rice, and is completely safe. Another interesting point is that the environment inside a rice container is usually dry and low in humidity. Therefore, if you wish, you can place a whole bulb of garlic into the rice instead of using individual cloves. This not only helps repel weevils but also helps preserve the garlic itself, preventing it from sprouting due to the dry environment. After the weevils crawl out, you simply rinse the rice thoroughly before cooking. The rice inside can still be used normally. Method 2. Freezing to completely eliminate weevils and eggs. First, after you have removed the visible weevils by hand or using a sieve, prepare a thick plastic bag that can be tightly sealed, or preferably a zip-top bag suitable for the freezer. Pour the rice into the bag, but do not fill it completely. Leave a small space at the top so it can be easily tied or fully sealed. From which beautiful country are you watching this video? Please leave me a comment and let me know. Once the bag of rice is securely sealed, place it into the freezer compartment of your refrigerator. You do not need to worry about the rice being damaged by the low temperature. Rice is a dry food with very little moisture, so freezing will not change its structure, flavor, or nutritional quality. Leave the rice in the freezer for at least 24 hours. During this time, the low temperature will completely stop the activity of adult weevils and at the same time kill any unhatched eggs. This is the strongest advantage of this method. You are not only dealing with what is visible, but also interrupting the life cycle of the weevils from within. This method can also be applied to beans, grains, and other dry foods. It uses no chemicals, causes no strange odors, and does not change the quality of the food. It simply uses low temperature to completely control weevils and their eggs. If you want a thorough, safe, and long-term solution, freezing is the most reliable method. Method 3. Making a natural anti-weevil sachet from tea and pepper. Prepare a clean, disposable medical mask. Because the mask is made from non-woven fabric, air and scent can easily pass through it. Carefully cut one end of the mask to create a small pouch with separate compartments. Place dried tea leaves into one compartment. Tea leaves have a porous structure and very good moisture-absorbing ability. They help keep the rice dry, reduce humidity inside, and limit unpleasant odors, especially during the rainy season or in humid weather. In another compartment, add whole black peppercorns. The sharp, distinctive smell of pepper is something rice weevils are extremely afraid of. For humans, this scent is pleasant, but for insects, it is a strong natural repellent. After adding the ingredients, fold the mask neatly and tie it tightly using the ear loops. Make sure it is secured well so nothing falls out. If you store rice in a large bag or container, place one sachet at the bottom and another in the middle of the rice. Burying them inside will give the best results. These sachets help absorb excess moisture, repel weevils, and prevent mold from forming. With this method, rice can remain dry and fresh for many months, even years. Method 4. Using sunlight. First, prepare a large and clean tray. Pour the rice onto the tray and spread it into a thin, even layer. This step is very important, because if the rice is piled into a thick layer, the weevils can hide deep inside and avoid the heat. Place the tray of rice under direct sunlight. As the tray and the rice grains begin to warm up, the weevils will become very uncomfortable. You will see many of them crawl up to the surface trying to escape. The high temperature can also kill both adult weevils and their eggs. During the drying process, from time to time you should use your hand or a clean spoon to gently stir the rice to make sure all the grains are exposed to the heat. Stirring also prevents the weevils from finding cooler spots to hide. After drying long enough and once the rice is completely dry, you can gather it back and store it in a dry, well-ventilated place. If there is no sunlight or you live in a cold climate, you can use a hair dryer to create heat. Follow the same process. Spread the rice into a thin layer on a tray. Then turn on the hair dryer to a warm or moderately hot setting, keep a safe distance, and blow evenly across the surface. Move the hair dryer continuously so the heat is distributed evenly. After a short time, you will see the weevils crawl out of the rice. Some may die as the temperature rises. Continue stirring gently to ensure no area is left untreated. If you want better temperature control, you can use an oven. Preheat the oven to a low temperature, around 50 to 60 degrees Celsius. Do not use high heat because it may cook the rice or change the structure of the grains. Spread the rice into a thin layer on a baking tray and place it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. During that time, you can open the oven and gently stir so the heat spreads evenly. A stable temperature will make it impossible for weevils and their eggs to survive, while also helping the rice become drier. That is the 4 methods I wanted to share with you today to remove and prevent rice weevils. Which method do you think is most suitable for your family? Please leave a comment below. If you find this video helpful, save it to watch later and share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to follow Mary Home for more simple yet effective household tips. See you in the next video.